Oh, hi there, Internet! Are you looking to become Tumblr famous or become a DeviantArt diva for your dogged fanaticism towards a piece of entertainment, but you simply don't have the time or inclination to go through several years of webcomic archives and past episodes? Do you not even have the time to develop a rudimentary understanding of the object of your affection in the first place? Then have we got a deal for you! Yes, the Isle of Rangoon is here to be the object of your irrational fan theories and contextless animated GIF festivals. Shipping, slash, crossover fic, feels, whatever you want, the Isle of Rangoon can be. At least in your mind. How do we do it? Simple, we don't. You do. Thanks to our audience of tens, the odds of you running into someone who will know enough about the series to correct you are next to nothing. Don't believe me? Well, let's hear from some people who have benefited from our obscurity.
Before me find Isle of Rangoon, me spend all time reading homoerotic subtext into dark, supernatural world of Dukes of Hazzard. But me OTP discoveries keep getting shot down by people who watched the show. Now me make sexy theories about Isle of Rangoon, and no one piped up once.
Hello, me enjoy Isle of Rangoon as it meant to be enjoyed. It really all delusion by unsuccessful man-child, slipping further into madness from loneliness and failure. Starchy Ball represent crippling anxiety. Sunny Jim, self-destructive overindulgence. You may not see it, cause only me smart enough to see subtle clues everyone else too stupid to make out. Also, man is dead and in hell.
With the Isle of Rangoon, fandom is what you make of it. You're free to prattle endlessly on and on and on and on and on and on about your own immaculate, unsubstantiated vision of the Isle of Rangoon to every one of your followers, regardless of their level of interest, toleration, or lack of face-stabbing rage.
Jim, what the hell are you doing?
Enacting a harebrained scheme to increase our viewership, of course.
Huh? I don't know why I'm surprised by that level of candidness. Jim, this doesn't seem exactly honest.
But Starch, it's not us lying, it's our fans. That makes it okay.
You honestly expect people to buy that we're anything but an underfunded riff and review series? Just look at us, Jim.
Oh, Starch. You know as well as I do that it wouldn't matter if we were rejected Billy and Mandy character designs from an episode about double amputees. Once the fan artists get rolling, your average observer will think this series is about a hotly colored bishy teen heartthrobs, and how much Nitpick Monster really just wants to confess his love for Zeus.
But what about staying true to our own vision?
That's the beauty of all this. We get to stay true to our own vision, and they can stay true to theirs.
Well, no. I'm not comfortable with this premise, really.
Starch? Remind me what you bought with your share of the advertising revenue from last year?
Oh yeah, I got a McRib sandwich. Which, Trent later garnished as part of my back rent. Sorry, I've got to go compose a 3-screen treatise on why Old Man Cthulhu is a metaphor for the sinking of the Bismarck.
Attaboy. Isle of Rangoon. Come make a mountain out of our molehill. And now, a word from our sponsor. 1950s-era Chevrolet.
Wait, I thought we were the sponsor.
Quiet, you. Being in debt for the next 10 years.
I refuse to make a soap opera joke here. You can't make me jam handy. You can't make me do anything.
Jeez, that's not a car, that's a battle station.
Honey, I think we hit a hobo. Honey, I think we hit a lot of hobos.
Oh, here we are, kids. Camp Crystal Lake. Well, seems nice enough.
Here we go.
Let's picnic right next to that pile of dead raccoons.
Oh, I'm sure the egg salad sandwiches have been just fine in the 98-degree trunk during the 3-hour drive.
Oh, we're off to Oregon.
Come on, kids. We're ready to eat.
You haven't even set plates down, you liar. Jeez, how many people are they expecting?
I've seen bar mitzvahs with smaller spreads than this.
Good picnic. Good food.
Fire bad.
Good.
We lost Cindy 5 miles back!
Our new car should give us a ride like that.
Not a chance. Our new Chevrolet rides smoother and gives more all-around comfort than any car we ever owned.
That's right. That's why we bought it.
Clearly, I needed to remind you of that.
What they've done to make it that way.
Well, lots of things you can't see. Hidden values.
Packs with Satan.
Now, you take that easy steering I was...
Oh, boy. Remember me? I'm your wife, not one of your engineering friends.
Oh, even you can understand this.
If only you could kiss me like Dave does.
Years ago, front wheels had a solid front axle.
Now they're liquid axles.
When one wheel went over a bump, the other wheel bumped too.
Well, we do like the girls with the bumps on the pump.
The steering wheel jerked. And passengers rocked and jolted.
You know, today this guy
Then
would be
they figured
explaining
out
his
how to
4G
suspend the wheel
LTE
separately.
plan to disinterested family members.
Honey, why did we bring our entire kitchen?
Something like this. With the wheels on separate axles, they can't pass bumps to each other.
But they can pass bumps
So
through
bumps have
deep
less
mouth
effect on
kissing.
steering. Our Chevrolets have had that kind of front wheel suspension for a long time.
All the way back to
But
caveman
the engineers
times!
still weren't satisfied with the steering. You see, front wheels are connected to the steering by what they call tie rods.
Ah,
And because the
another
steering
romantic
wheel is
picnic
over
with
on the
Reed
left side,
Richards.
one tie
Joy.
rod was longer than the other. It was like, well, imagine trying to steer a rowboat with one oar longer than the other.
Oh,
With oars of unequal length, you'd have to pull hard on the short oar to get the same steering effect as an easier pull on the long oar.
oh, an easy pull on the long one.
Here's what
Jim,
happens
I
in the
know our
automobile.
show is unrated, but
Near
please.
the wheels, you have to push the tie rods. And remembering the rowboat, you can see that you'll have to move the tie rods different distances to get the same steering results.
Oh, by the way, honey, I
As the front
remortgaged the
wheels
house to
bump
pay
up
off
and
my
down,
gambling
the tie
debts.
rods
That's
spin
nice.
slightly.
Now, the thing
Both
about
wheels
tie
turn
rod
equal.
steering
But
is...
because of the unequal tie rods, one wheel often turns more than the other. So, in straight-ahead driving on rough roads, unequal tie rods can make a car pull slightly to one side.
Yep, that's my reaction
good,
to Harlem
huh?
Shake videos.
No. And a difficult engineering problem to boot. But if
One
the
we had
tie
to
rods
solve
were
before the
practically
commies
equal
could.
length,
Starch, you
would
remember
move
what
the
we
same
talked
distance
about.
to get
Put
the
a
same
quarter in the
steering
communist
result,
joke
and
jar.
this would have an equal effect on the wheel.
Okay.
Yes, there were a lot of problems involved in designing such a system. But we have it on our new Chevrolet. tie
Oh,
rods
this
are
is
now
a film
practically
advocating
equal in
mixed
length,
marriages.
And they're connected to
How?
the steering wheel from
Well,
a
you
third
see,
arm
she's a
called an
Protestant,
idler arm.
and he's an advertising
This
robot.
even balancing of the steering
Oh,
system makes it
progressive.
less work to steer. And we get practically no road shock through the steering wheel. No wheel fight. That's center point steering.
That was the first thing
What makes our
Syndrome
new
tried to
Chevy
use
seem
against
to
the
sense
Incredibles.
where you want it to go.
It didn't work so well.
A car with road sense.
That's a good name for it.
It's mine. I trademarked it. No takebacks.
Hey, where are the kids?
Over there on the teeter-totter.
Do you think Kathy's all right?
She's in the best spot.
Wait, which one's
Bay-bound
Kathy
cars,
again?
Kathy gets a smooth ride. And that very same idea is one reason for the smooth ride we get in the new Chevrolet.
Oh, speaking
Good
of
idea.
suspension, Billy was
Well, a
suspended for
car
setting
acts
fire
sort
to the
of
school
like a
library
teeter-totter.
again.
Good for him.
When you
Now
drive
our
over
new
bumps,
Chevrolet has an
you walk up and
amazing
down.
suspension system.
In some cars, the back seat is over the rear wheels, where passengers bump up and down like the kids on the end of the teeter-totter.
And you clearly do not want to bump the nuclear salt.
In our new car, the seats are between the wheels, where you get the smoothest ride, like Kathy at the center point of the teeter-totter.
Smooth, mellow, and satisfying. Speaking of, got a smoke, honey?
With center point seating, all passengers get a front seat ride.
Sit in my lap. I'll
But center point
demonstrate.
seating is just one of the reasons why our new car rides so comfortably. Another reason is what they did with the rear springs. Well, this'll take some pretending, but
Imagine you actually
well, just
love me.
imagine this chain is a rear spring, And the flashlight is a gadget called a shackle.
A shackle?
You mean
Yeah,
like how the
a kind
kids
of
shackle
tether.
me to you?
The spring is fastened to the frame at the front, shackle at the rear. When a bump pushes the wheel up, shackle and spring act to cushion the shock. Now, with ordinary springs and shackles, one passenger in the car gets quite a jolt from each bump.
Which is nothing
These springs
compared
are
to the
too
jolt
stiff.
he feels when he
However,
realizes he's
3
trapped in a
passengers
loveless
get a pretty good
relationship,
ride.
bound by
5
stringent
passengers
social mores
can
and
hit
rigidly
bottom.
enforced gender roles
The
to
spring is
deny
too
his
stiff
true
for light
passion and
loads,
calling.
too soft
For all he
heavy
ever
loads.
wanted to be was a dancer. A
Finding
dancer,
a spring
damn it!
system that will give the
To
same
feel the
smooth
lightness of
ride
mind that comes
regardless
from
of the
living
number of
one's
passengers.
passions. I'm not a cockroach,
finally
Janet.
found a
I'm a
solution.
butterfly. A butterfly
Part of it
about
was
to
timing
emerge
the
from my
shackle so
chrysalis.
the angle
And I
between
can't
the
take this
shackle and the
smoldering
spring
cocoon
was
for
much
one more
wider.
minute.
Then they put in a softer spring to give the
So
single
yeah,
passenger a
repositioning the
comfortable
shackle
ride.
was a major leap forward in automobile invention.
With heavier loads, the shackle moves back, stretching the spring to stiffen it. The more passengers, the farther the spring is stretched, and the stiffer it gets to cushion the heavier load. And that's our new Chevy.
Being stolen by those teenagers! Hey, get back here!
To give just the right spring tension for a comfortable ride, whether it's carrying 1 passenger or 5.
So that's why the car seems to ride the same whether I'm driving alone or with the
several
whole
dead
family.
bodies in the
That's
trunk.
right. But there's even more to our new Chevy's riding ease. Next time we go to the airport,
I'm
watch
buying
the
a ticket to
landing
New
gear while
Zealand
an
and never
airplane
coming
lands,
back.
And notice how the shock absorbers cushion the tremendous weight of the plane as it hits the ground. The action of the shock absorber piston sliding into an oil-filled cylinder.
Oh,
absorbs
let's
much of
just
the shock.
cut to the chase.
Let's get
Intercourse joke.
We'll use this for the piston, and this for the cylinder, with water instead of the oil. Now, when a bump pushes the piston... Uh-oh, I forgot something.
My birthday?
No.
Anniversary?
No, not that.
These holes represent the valves in a real shock absorber, which control the fluid flow when the piston is pushed down.
They're what the shock absorber gets for
They
not paying
permit
its
the
protection
piston
money on time.
to slide down the cylinder, but slowly.
What light through
On the
yonder window
rebound, the
breaks?
spring pushes the piston up, and again the fluid controls the action.
Oh, honey,
Our
I'm running a
Chevrolet
meth lab
shock
out of the
absorbers
laundry
are now
room.
Well,
the
hobbies
same
are
type.
important, so
We
at
hit
any
a
rate,
bump,
the
they
piston
smother the
design
shock
is
by
critical to
slowing
shock
down its effect.
dispersion and rider comfort.
One of these direct double-acting shock absorbers is mounted in each front suspension unit,
Giving the car
teamed
Dracula
up with the strong
fangs.
coil springs. In the rear, the same kind of shock absorbers are placed diagonally instead of straight up and down. This is so they'll act like the
Jeez,
braces
who made
on
the
the swing
swing
that
set?
kids are using.
Manute
They
Bowl?
steady the body of the car on curves and in crosswind driving. So you see, there are 3 big reasons why our new Chevy rides so much easier.
Fear,
Center
surprise,
point
a ruthless efficiency,
the new
and almost
spring and
fanatical
tackle
devotion to the Pope.
arrangement, and the new
Four big
airplane
reasons.
type shock
Amongst
absorbers.
our reasons,
You'd never think simple things like that could make so much difference.
Simple, she says.
I
They seem
have
simple
no
after they're
wife.
perfected. But what it takes to develop one of those simple things and make sure that it works. Why, do you know...
John,
Cram it.
don't you think Tommy's swinging Gail too hard?
Oh, she knows how to hang on.
She's under
You know
warranty
a better way
anyway.
to stir up a breeze?
Sure. Breezing along in our new car.
Oh, God,
Well,
why'd
you
I
got
give him an
something there.
opening?
You know, they call it the car that breathes.
So it too enjoys a healthy, high tar
Up front,
cigarette.
Under the hood are 2 air intake scoops leading to the passenger compartment.
2 scoops oxygen in Chevy's new sedan.
When the car is in motion, outside air is forced inside. The amount of air admitted can be controlled by vents, which open or close.
By the
so
way,
you
I
can have air
f***ing
from both scoops.
mailman every
From one
Thursday, and
or
I
from
read him
the-
like a f***ing while he
Another
calls
thing,
me.
the air tunnels are slanted
You
upward
can
to
never
help keep
object to
out
my
dirt
dirty
and water.
jokes ever again.
And screens and baffles make
Sorry,
doubly sure
I think I
only
missed
air
a
can
pill
get through.
today.
Outside air also passes right through the heater core. So when the heater is on, the air is warmed as it's forced into the car and over the front seats
Producing
into the rear
10,000
compartment.
volts of electrical charge.
Also, the
Ah!
air circulation to ensure uniform temperature, front and rear. The blower builds up enough pressure to force stale air out. as
Speaking
well
of
as
stale
keep
air,
cold
those
air
deviled
from
eggs are
leaking
really
in.
kicking in.
The heater controls regulate the temperature of the air and the speed of the blower. For instance, in warm, rainy weather, you can turn the heat off entirely.
Yes,
turn the
I know
blower
how to
on,
work a heater,
and fill
honey.
the car
Yes,
with cool
thank you.
outside air. Our defroster is controlled just as easily.
We got
With
pictures
the
that
wide
doesn't want leaked to
defroster
the
slot
press.
beneath the windshield, ice, steam, and fog are melted away more rapidly than I ever thought possible.
I'd never known
Yes,
truth until
from
I
the
knew
standpoint of
Chevrolet.
passenger comfort and of smooth riding and driving ease, I think we've got a pretty good buy.
Well, I'm satisfied. And I'm not too easily pleased, as you may have noticed.
Yeah, don't I know?
Wow.
Of course,
Did
we've
we
just
accidentally
talked about
switch
a
to the
few of
Riff?
many things that made Chevy my #1 choice.
What's this?
That's your dad's conception of our new Chevrolet.
Can I set it on fire?
Yes, son. It's the only way I could think of to show your mom the hidden values in our car.
And our
So when we
marriage
get
counselor
going,
says I
she'll
don't
know some of
communicate.
the reasons why we get all that big car performance from our new Chevrolet.
Like it's environment friendly, 6 miles to the gallon.
Oh, Jam Handy. Is there nowhere your sticky fingers cannot reach? Well, that was certainly a thing that happened, and I only feel marginally more unclean than usual due to our shameless whoring.
Now let's sit back and savor the fruits of their efforts. Yes! Yeah!
I'm sorry I ever doubted you.
Yeah, that'll fuel the slash fickers.
Yeesh.
Yes, this is the mysterious malefactor. Did what? To themselves? On purpose? They think this is some kind of joke? Oh, they will get such a short.
Hey, Pipples, if you liked our nonsense, why not give us a like, or a subscribe, or leave a comment down there somewhere?
You can also do us a big solid by joining our Patreon, where you'll get to join us for live streams, get early access to the newest videos, and other such things.
Geek Vision.